Well, leaders of sanctuary cities across the country are wondering what a second Trump term could impact them. Somerville is on that list, so tonight city councilors are looking to alleviate fears about mass deportations. They're set to consider a resolution tonight that would reconfirm that city's status as a sanctuary city. Our NBC 10's Eli Rosenberg joining us live from Somerville with an update. Eli.
And talking with city councilors today, they say this is about sending a message after more than a week of worried phone calls from people here in Somerville worried about what could happen come January. In Somerville this evening, there is uncertainty. A new president bringing new fears, but what it could mean for the city's large immigrant community.
These are unprecedented times that we're facing, that there is precedent in our fight to have a better life.
So looking to alleviate some of those fears, the Somerville City Council set to reconfirm its status as a sanctuary city. Somerville has been one since 1987, first reconfirming its status back in 2016, shortly after President Donald Trump was elected to a first term.
So many of our immigrant neighbors and families are worried and scared about what his second administration will bring.
The city council move comes as President Trump campaigned on the promise of mass deportations. In last week, his new so-called border czar doubling down on the promise. City councilors like Judy Pineda-Neufeld say they've been flooded with concerned calls since last Tuesday's election.
I think people are terrified and really scared of what this means. There are, lots and lots of questions about, what does it mean day to day? Should they be carrying proof of citizenship?
And as it is written, the resolution maintains a fund for legal services and directs Somerville Police and other city departments not to accept any federal funds that come with conditions that could be used to deport residents.
I think, Eli, this resolution is simply put, is intended to protect our most vulnerable constituents from harm.
And the full city council is set to consider this when it meets here at City Hall tonight at 7 o'clock. Talking with these city councilors, they say they hope other cities in the Commonwealth, including Boston, follow its lead. Live in Somerville, Eli Rosenberg, NBC10 Boston.
Eli, thank you. Let's continue this conversation with NBC10 Boston political commentator Sue O'Connell. Sue, there's an argument being made by some analysts that the single best thing Republicans did to help Trump win was start busing migrants to sanctuary cities like Governor DeSantis in Florida, Governor Abbott in Texas did. You buying that? And do you expect to see some of these cities in that practice now?
Yeah, I don't know if it was the single best thing, Corey, but discounting that it may have been a crime and, of course, the questionable morality of using people in distress to make a political point, it certainly was a very successful stunt. Elected officials have said for years that the migrant crisis was a federal problem, meaning that all 50 states bear the burden of it. But since northern states not only did not experience the flood of migrants the border states did, we rarely even saw migrants. So once migrants were living at Logan Airport or the Melnia Cass Rec Center or at hotels, the deep, deep flaws of our national immigration policies finally had a face, and they had many, many, many faces that we could see. So if President-elect Trump begins mass deportations as he has promised, leaders of sanctuary cities and states like Governor Moore Healey, they've been saying they're not going to cooperate with federal authorities. So we could be experiencing a very different type of a migrant crisis.